Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Rent Prep for Landlords. This is episode number 304. And today we're going to be talking about things you can do to stay sane and stay busy during the COVID-19 pandemic.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Welcome to the Rent Prep for Landlords podcast. And now your host, Eric Worrell.
Well, I hope everybody's doing all right out there. I know it's been an absolutely crazy week. And you know what? Last week felt like a crazy week too. And I feel like the crazy is just stacking on top of crazy. Personally, me and my family are doing fine. We're healthy, which is most important. We're both working from home and kept our kids out of daycare. So it's full house and definitely an adjustment trying to work while you have two little ones under the age of 3 home with you. But we're getting by, and we know there's a lot of people that are in much tougher situations than that. So not too much to complain about. But what I wanted to talk about today were ways that maybe you might be able to get involved or engaged with your community, your neighborhood, or even just trying to stay sane in your own home. Just a few ideas to run by you guys. One of the first things that's been really helpful is in my particular neighborhood, we have a community. We have a Facebook community for the people in the neighborhood. So we happen to have it's kind of this loosely based home or HOA, but really it's like $20 a year, and we get together and we have picnics and stuff like that. But we have this cool Facebook group that's been helpful for connecting with people in our local community here. Only about 400 houses, so it's not huge. And one of the things we started doing is a social distancing happy hour. So we've done 2 of these, actually. We did one on Friday and we did one on Sunday. Neighbors would get out and in the road and, driveways, keep 6-10 feet of distance and just have a beer or a cocktail and talk with each other just to kind of have some interaction, which I think has been nice. And one of the nice things that's come out of that too is just kind of a little bit better perspective on what other people are dealing with, what they're going through because of this. Had a neighbor explain that his business that he owns, he's an employee of it. So he, the way he's set it up tax-wise is he's an employee, and he's been paying unemployment insurance for 30 years. And because he's the owner of the business, he cannot collect unemployment if he doesn't get income. And right now his business, which involves taking headshots for companies, which nobody's going to spend money on marketing for headshots right now. Plus his whole entire studio was shut down. It was in his office building, and the office building said, you can't come in. So he's out of work, out of cash for however long, who knows, can't take unemployment. And, you hear something like that and you kind of look at your own situation and you realize it's not so bad. It could be worse kind of thing, And the Facebook group, though, in my community has been super helpful. If it's something that you're interested in, maybe it's something you could set up and even try to, grow within your own local neighborhood. The social distancing happy hour has been great. We've been doing chalk walk where people in the neighborhood have been drawing encouraging messages on the driveway. Usually, people with young kids have been putting that out there. I thought that was pretty cool to see. And I also think there's a bunch of things that you can kind of work on right now. So one of the things I was researching here is from health.com. The article is 8 things to do at home while social distancing to keep your sanity. Number 1, shut off the news. Definitely important, right? I started having, actually yesterday, I was kind of in a funk. And I think part of it was, just getting too much news and going out for a walk. I got a park not too far from my house and just went for about a 40-minute walk. I just felt a lot more clear-headed when I got back home. So taking those kind of breaks from the world, I think, are definitely helpful, which leads us into their next point in health.com here. It says, move around as much as possible. Self-isolating doesn't mean sitting around on the couch all day, all right? So, I know I went on to YouTube 2 days ago and just searched, parent-toddler workouts, and I found this, ridiculous workout where, you work out with your kid, which, had mixed results. And my son's, probably 35 pounds, and doing, squats while I'm holding him and pushing him into the air was not that fun for my legs, especially muscles that I don't normally work out. But he enjoyed it, kind of got the blood flowing. All those things are good. Knock out some to-dos on your list. If you're anything like me, I'm sure you have a lot of little nagging house projects, things that you could do. I've got some trim that I know needs to be caulked and painted, so I'll probably get to that at some point. But it's a good time to do that. Learn a new skill is the next thing on here. If you're at all interested in digital marketing, which is the space that I play in, there's a lot of providers and services right now that are offering free courses. So courses that they used to charge $500, $750 for. One that comes to mind is I use a tool called Ahrefs, Ahrefs.com. It's a tool that is meant for content marketing and being able to create content and have it show up on Google and Bing and things like that. Well, they have like a $750 course that they're just giving away for free that I've actually gone through the course, and it's excellent. So if you wanted to learn content marketing, like there's a free course that would normally be $750. It's free. And there's a bunch of courses like this that are the same. Reach out to people outside of your social circle. It's a good time for sure. You can, you got so many ways to video chat with people. Maybe it's even, you can go on LinkedIn or places like that and make new connections or maybe loose connections and connect with people. The next tip on here is create a workspace if you're working from home. So it said you don't have to get in your finest outfits, but shower, change your clothes, and act as if you're going to interact with other people. This helps give a sense of normalcy in a time where things are definitely not normal. I've heard this reiterated online quite a bit, like don't wear pajamas all day. Like get dressed. If you're staying home, at least get dressed, take a shower. This is probably all advice that I could definitely take right now, as I feel like I've probably been wearing the same hoodie and sweatpants for a couple days here, but what are you going to do? And then indulge in your favorite self-care routines. So it says, everyone says I would meditate if I had the time, and now they really do. What else do we have on here? It's saying, if there's certain things that you've been pushing off for self-care, now is a great time to do that. Another tip here, follow positivity on social media. If you're going to be on social media a bunch, it's pretty easy. You can curate it however you want. I'm a bigger fan of Reddit because you can just pick the communities that you want to be involved in. And you can just, they have stuff on there where it can just be like happy images. It's like, I don't know if that's an actual subreddit, but there's definitely subreddits and things like that you can just look at that, are filled with positivity and don't have news and that kind of thing. I know, like for yesterday when I was going on my walk, I started listening to a podcast just because, I like listening to a podcast while I walk, and it's talking about, the coronavirus. And, I was like, I just turned it off and I just took a walk. It was quiet and just gave myself a chance to just clear my head. And it's really helpful. So I hope that you guys are kind of taking those moments to just kind of work on some self-care. If you are finding yourself kind of cooped up or having a pretty different lifestyle, it's hard to imagine that you're not. I think everyone's got a little bit of a different lifestyle going on right now. But just take notice. Make sure you're taking time to take care of yourself. And, perhaps this could be an opportunity too, if you can learn a new skill, kind of create a new direction in your life with this forced change. But I think I got a couple crying kids in the other room, so I'm going to wrap it up and see what's going on out there. And I hope you guys are doing all right. And I wish you the best, and I look forward to catching up with you guys next week. All right, take care.